One. Yo, what's up? This is the Ken and Don show. We coming to you live. This is your boy Donald Seymour. Kenya, make some noise.
Yeah, it's all about me. You know,
Yeah. We like to invest in Kenyan delusions about life, and that's what we do around here. And so, yeah. Hey, we are talking about none other than the Kia Telluride. Now, without further ado, my first initial thoughts of the Telluride was
the Kelly ride. Okay.
Telluride was phenomenal, right? Kenyon, what was your initial thoughts on it?
My initial thoughts on the Kia Telluride
Yeah,
is evolution, and they played it safe, and that was the best thing they could do. It was a smart thing to do. Some people gonna say, "Oh, the back of it looks like a Range Rover." They try to steal from Range Rover. I think it's just more of an evolutionary design. It just incidentally, just coincidentally, just looked like okay, similar to a Range Rover. But I don't
thank you,
think they
Kenyon.
tried it. I
Thank
don't
you,
think they
Kenyon,
tried
for
to copy
being.
because
I
Kia
disagree with you, but go ahead.
Kia's always been very individual. That is probably in an economy car segment, if you want to call them economy cars anymore. What is luxury to Kia or the Hyundai Motor Group? What really separates them from Genesis? But seriously, in that group has all Kia especially has always been stand out to me because they always been different. Look at the Kia K5. Look at the Kia K4. You know, they're different. They look different.
True,
You know,
true,
look
true,
at
true. Yeah,
look at the Kia Sportage. I mean, those vehicles look just what else looks like them,
absolutely
and what
nothing.
do they look like exactly?
Absolutely nothing.
So now I think it's something that because Kia is creative with their design language, so I think it's just ended up looking like that.
Here's the
I know
issue,
you
though.
disagree.
No, I don't disagree with you totally. I agree with your sentiment. Um, the thing about it is that a lot of people keep saying evolution. I think it is an evolution to a degree in the sentiment of it, but it's kind of for its segment. To be honest, it's kind of a radical departure. It really does bring in authentic luxury vibes to its segment. You understand what I'm saying? And so I don't think outside of the is sibling the Hyundai Palisade, I don't think any vehicle on the exterior purposes bring in that vibe of upscale into that particular mid-size SUV segment. I don't believe any vehicle in its respectable competition bring that bravado like the Kia Telluride does.
Mm,
And so I say
Assuming
that
that you are putting Mazda above their class.
yes, I am. I 1 billion%. Kenya, I'm about to say the R word. I'm not delusional. I understand that Monster sits way above the Telluride class, right? To be frank, it's in the BMW S5 class. If you want to be frank,
Well, now,
if you
okay,
want to be frank. So,
okay,
and I'm
now,
being genuine. I'm being genuine. I'm not. I'm
I,
not.
hey, I'm with you, but I've been looking at this more. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
But yeah,
There's a lot of stuff that Kia Telluride offers,
and that's what I want to get to. That's what I
and
want
the
to get to.
Hyundai Palisade offers.
For 40 grand.
Why even get a Buick Enclave?
And this is it. But here's the thing, though. Here's
I'm
the thing,
sorry,
though.
Buick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Here's the thing, though. With
Respect all the brands, man.
The Kia, and that's what I'm saying. It hit above his weight class, right? Women don't understand now. When people see my wife Monster CS90, they see the proportions. They don't understand it. They just know it looks sexy. That's all they know, right? They don't understand it. They just know, man, that thing looks sexy. They don't understand why it looks sexy. It looks sexy because it's a real drive architecture vehicle, right? And that's why proportionally it looks sexy. People are ignorant. People don't know nor understand. That being said, when it comes to or concerns a Telluride, people don't understand that is front wheel drive architecture, right? So people
Right.
don't understand. And so I say that to say, aesthetically, it hits way above its weight class
It does.
for
Well,
the price range. Now, before we get into the accoutrements, I want to say this: it will compete against the top range, but here's the issue: the average price, you are looking at the high 40s and the low 50s, even though it's coming in at high
goes up to the
39.
six. It goes up to the 60s.
Yeah,
It's supposed to start off in the mid the 36,000.
yeah, yeah. So, but Kenya, what you were about to say about the value, the bang for the buck?
60 grand for the well, at least the Palisade.
All in.
Yeah, 60 grand. And same for the Kia Telluride, which is called the SX what? I can't even remember. And
Mm-hmm.
so the top level is 60 grand
Yeah,
for both.
understand. Yeah.
The Kia Telluride, the new generation, is a few inches longer, 2.3 inches longer, then it's got a 3 inch longer wheelbase. So it might have a little bit more room than the Palisade. So
No,
here's something you might not agree with,
yeah.
and I'm gonna say it because I've been looking at these two vehicles,
Please, I want you to say something crazy. I
and
need you to.
I've always been the kind of person that likes, as long as it's not ugly, I like something that looks different,
Yeah.
something that stands out, something that's distinct,
Mm-hmm.
that no one can say copied something else. I think the exterior design on the Palisade looks better.
I'm gonna have to disagree, and I appreciate you
Yeah,
and your
yeah.
delusions.
I'm not saying it's
But
a better vehicle. I'm not saying that I would pick it over the Kia Telluride, but I'm just
listen,
saying that the exterior, aesthetically,
I
just the
understand what you're
language
saying.
looks better.
Listen.
I mean,
One of the things I understand what you're saying, Kenya. Like I can put myself in your shoes and understand. Okay, what you're saying is a valid point in the sense that what it's bringing to the table is completely different, right? It's almost sublime, right? And imagine if the Hyundai Palisade platform was a rear-wheel drive architecture. I think it would murder a lot of vehicles, right? But that being said, it being the front wheel drive vehicle, right? It has that obtuse overhang that is kind of gainly and unsightly. I don't know if you noticed that overhang from the front wheel drive vehicle. That being said, I do understand your sentiments and your perspective on it, but wholeheartedly, um, I understand how you can come to that conclusion, but I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I think the Kia Telluride, in some sense, to what you're saying, I do believe they have played it safe for, but it's a more cohesive design than the Palisade, in my personal opinion.
you think so? Hey,
Yeah.
that
Okay. Cool.
I agree to disagree. You know, I like the Palisade because I like the front of it. For
Understandable.
one, I like the front of it better, and I think it is cohesive. I think
I would. Yeah.
I think it is cohesive. It's the Kia Telluride is, I don't know, it seems a little, if I'm not mistaken, it looks a little more squared up to me,
It is.
which is
It is.
okay. But I'm not saying I like it better, but I'm just saying it looks better. They're both gonna have a lot of the same accoutrements and features and technology and whatnot. Um, but both of them are selling in similar, very similar numbers. So, but I'm just saying that now in terms of the interior design, that might be a different story. So that might be a different story.
I think they're a tie for me personally in the interior design department. Right
I
now,
agree.
this
Maybe a
is
slight. edge towards the Telluride for
I
this
would
year,
agree
but
too. I would agree. I would agree. Now, this brings me to my question to you, Kenya. Do you think it will be some form of sibling cannibalism within the Kia Hyundai brand between the Telluride and the Palisade? Do you think there will be any form of cannibalism with these new models?
now if you're thinking of cannibalism, I'm thinking of you're not talking about reviews. You're not talking about
I'm talking about
articles.
sales. I'm talking about
You're talking about
sales.
sales. Well, let's look at the numbers here.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the numbers. I'm going to start with 2023. And in 2023, the Hyundai Palisade sold 89,000 and a half, 89,509 Palisades. That same year, the Kia Telluride sold 110,765
Yeah.
Kia Tellurides.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Hyundai Palisade sold 110,055
Mm-hmm.
Palisades
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
were sold. And for the Kia Telluride, the amount was sold was in 2024 was 115,504.
Mm.
So let's go to 2025, which is this year.
Uh-huh.
And Kia Telluride, 101,000 so far and 69. Hyundai Palisade, 102,323. I think that the reason why the Palisade is ahead is because the
It's
brand new model
completely
has
brand
come
new.
out already and people are waiting for the new Telluride to launch. But in terms of cannibalism, it's not really quite there. It's almost a little slight rivalry because there's really
Okay.
no reason to cancel either one of them that's coming up. And so, and at least for the past few years, you can see here that there's a justification for keeping both of them.
I would agree. I would agree. Now, here's my question.
Do you want chocolate or vanilla?
Exactly. I want chocolate. So, listen, here's my question. Here's my question. Who do you think, now hear me out, listen to me. Who do you think will be affected by this? The Toyota Lowlander, the Toyota Highlander. I apologize. Or the Honda Basic Palette. Forgive me. I apologize again. The Honda Palette, the Nissan Nice Try Pathfinder. Forgive me. The Nissan Pathfinder, the Ford Old Explorer. Forgive me. I apologize again. The Ford Explorer, the Chevy Traverse, or the GMC Arcadia. Who do you think is going to take a hit from the brand new Kia Telluride?
Honestly, Hyundai Motor Group, the effect that they should be having on their peers, they're
Should be
putting their
frightening.
feet to the fire.
Woo! Frightening. That's frightening.
Because look, that should be the effect. If I was to pick a favorite that was going to threaten them, I'm gonna pick I believe the previous champion, which is a Honda Pilot, which is still selling at 102,000 this year,
And you know why?
104,000 if I'm not mistaken.
You know why? Reliability and nameplate. That's why. Ain't nobody buying the Pilot because it's attractive.
That's true. I believe that.
Yeah,
And
it's so generic looking. It look generic and it don't look offensive. Don't get me wrong, but it's generic. It don't have any pizzazz to it whatsoever. It's a good vehicle.
it's good.
It's reliable.
It's reliable. It's a Honda, and it's
It's a Honda.
overpriced.
And it's overpriced. And they know this. And because they know this, this is what they got. This is what they're giving to the American public. This kind of segue into another question.